What's happening, my creatures of the night? Good to see you guys again. And what a way to come back with Throwback Tuesdays. And today we're going to talk about hair metal, good hair metal bands. And believe it or not, there are a lot of hair metal bands that really only appealed to girls, and it was more of like a pop kind of feel. But there are a selected few hair metal bands that you can actually take seriously and that you can actually enjoy, even if you're a metalhead or even just a dude. So I'm only gonna go with maybe six. There's six good hair metal bands that I can pick from. Number 6 would have to be Whitesnake. You see, Whitesnake does a great job at delivering pure emotion in their music. They really shined when it came to power ballads. I mean, they could put together a power ballad that didn't sound ridiculously cheesy, but these were the kind of ballads that you could actually take seriously and enjoy. Songs like "Is This Love" are the perfect songs for first wedding dances or whatever. Major part of hair metal was power ballads and love songs, but they were also able to deliver some harder, heavier, more motivating tracks, such as "Here I Go Again," which is a great 80s track with an uplifting vibe, for sure. Number 5 would have to be Skid Row, and I've talked about Skid Row before. Although I don't care for Sebastian Bach, heck, when I first saw a picture of the band, I thought he was a woman. Skid Row was pretty good in their time. They really appealed to the teenage crowd and taught them how to stand up for themselves and just be themselves, which was truly kick-ass. Not to mention, Sebastian Bach is a great vocalist. Number 4 would have to be Steel Panther, and not much to say about these guys, actually. These guys are unique. They're not your ordinary hair metal band. They've got some kick-ass riffs. I mean, aside from the song Glory Hole, we're not going to talk about Glory Hole, don't worry. I'll save you that post-traumatic stress disorder. But they're pretty damn good. They are quite unique. Number 3 would have to be Motley Crue. What can I say about Motley Crue? They're awesome. They really helped bring the fun back into rock and roll. They talk about sex, drugs, and, well, rock and roll. I mean, it's party metal. It's stuff you can enjoy. Even metalheads that I talk to, friends of mine that like bands like Metallica and Motorhead and stuff, do enjoy Motley Crue, believe it or not. They had great songs such as Dr. Feelgood and Kickstart My Heart, which were two of my favorites back in the day. Well, I didn't grow up in the 80s, but I used to listen to them a lot as well. Number 2 would have to be Van Halen. Now here's the thing with Van Halen. Van Halen isn't just a hair metal band. They are an extremely skilled and talented rock band, with a bit of hair metal pizzazz in the mix because, well, it was the 80s. I mean, Eddie Van Halen is an extremely talented guitarist. He's one of the greatest, and you really hear that in songs like Eruption. You hear him at his best. Their first album was more on the rock side, which was really good. I mean, it was the late 70s, but as the 80s came along, they shifted more into the hair metal. They are definitely one of the best hair metal bands out there. And number 1 would have to be Def Leppard. Def Leppard is unique because they have a different background than most of the bands that I mentioned here. They weren't originally a hair metal band. They started off in that new wave of British heavy metal in the late 70s, along with Diamond Head and Iron Maiden and Motorhead, believe it or not. But they went down a completely different path than Diamond Head and Maiden and those guys. They actually transitioned into hair metal, making them extremely popular. I mean, their early work was super underrated and super awesome. The British heavy metal stuff was really good. But their hair metal stuff was pretty good too. I mean, it's got that fun, well, once again, it's got that fun partying arena rock feel, which is pretty cool. And I'm not too big on hair metal, so that's really all I can come up with when it comes to hair metal. But there are bands, hair metal bands, that you can take seriously, and if you're going to get into hair metal, these are the 6 bands I recommend you check out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and rock on.